Hello everyone, today we are doing another first impression, foundation first impression, and personally I'm so excited to try this because I've literally heard so many people raving about it. So I want to see for myself if it's all that in a bag of chips. Does anyone else say that in a different country from New Zealand? So this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have two shades here. You can get this at Sephora. You get 35ml, which is more than average, which is amazing, but it is super expensive. Like on the Pat McGrath website, so I'm not sure if this is a different price to Sephora's website, but it is 109 New Zealand dollars. Free shipping though. Which I would hope so. But anyways, it comes in quite a lot of different shades, from very fair to very, very deep dark. I've got two colors. Oh, here we go. It says 36 universal color choices, 5 shade levels, custom curated shades for all skin types, tones, and undertones. It delivers a customizable couture finish that brings the runway to real life in a few powerful drops. Silky and luxurious, it feels creamy to the touch and delivers controlled, easily buildable coverage. It's sublime satin finish lasts all day. It literally sounds like my dream foundation. Like I've been saying, I'm looking for my next holy grail. My current holy grail is definitely the NARS Natural Radiance foundation, but I also adore the It Cosmetics CC cream, which is basically just a foundation as well. Those are kind of like my current faves, just so you know. And I did recently do a first impression on this foundation by Rihanna, Fenty Beauty. If you want to go check it out, I'll put the link down below so you can see what I thought of it. I definitely had pros and cons, unfortunately. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. For all skin types, oil-free, paraben-free, and fragrance-free. As you can see, the box is absolutely divine. It opens up like this, and then you have your foundation on the inside. So this is what the actual foundation looks like. Really cute packaging. It's like a frosted glass. You've got your label, you've got your color on the bottom, just standard, and then you can take off the lid to reveal a little pump. Okay, so what I've just done is it concealed around my eyebrows using my MAC Studio Smooth Wear Concealer. This is an NC20, just to carve out my eyebrows a little. And I also primed half of my face with the Banana Bright Face Primer by Ole Henriksen. I love this. It smells amazing and it feels amazing. So I use that on this side of my face so we can see if there's any difference between the application on primer versus bare skin, and also to see if there's any difference in the longevity and the way it looks. So I've got two colors of the Skin Fetish foundation. I'm going to swatch both of them so we can see which color is going to suit me better. So the first one I have here is in the shade Light Medium 14. Ooh, it's very runny. And then the other one I have is in the shade Light Medium 9. I have a little fake tan on right now, but not a lot. So I'm thinking the lighter one will probably be better. Ooh, it's so runny today, and then I think this one would be better when I've got like a fresher fake tan, or maybe I'll have to mix them. Let's find out. So on the website it says you can use a brush or your fingers. I'm assuming you could use a sponge as well. It's very runny, so I think I'm gonna try it out using a brush first of all. I'm gonna take, I guess, one pump first. Oh, that squirt everywhere. I'm gonna use my finger just to spread it out. I'm gonna go all over my forehead, down my nose. The formula feels similar to my YSL, what was it called? Fusion Ink foundation, the very runny one, or like the Wet n Wild runny foundation that I loved, that I raved about. It feels like that kind of texture, like watery AF. It's ridiculously easy to blend because it is so thin. Like I'm not even trying and it's just buffing straight out. I feel like I'm getting a few streaks, so I'm just going to tap my brush in like up and down motions, and that's working really well just to smooth it out because it is so liquidy. It's just kind of like streaking around sometimes. So one pump did a light coverage all over my cheek and forehead. I'm like, what is this called? And a little bit on my nose. So let's go in with another pump on the other side. Yeah, it literally reminds me so much of the YSL foundation. I'll show you which one in a moment. I like the finish and everything, but honestly, I'm not like blown away yet. This lighting's not doing me any favors. I literally look sick. I feel like the undertone's like too warm or something, or like orangey. I don't know. Let's go in with another layer. So it does kind of self-set. It looks pretty. It's not blowing me away, but I mean, yeah, it looks like skin. Like it looks very natural, but I want more coverage because even though I can go for a light coverage, like this is a bit too light where you can see all my redness still. So I'm going to take another pump. I feel like I'm using a lot of product. That's like my one gripe right now. And yes, I do this in real life. Some people like keep hating on me. They're like, why do you squirt shit on your face directly? Like it's such a stupid thing to do. And I'm like, I don't know, it's just actually what I do. So I'm going to just build this now. See how it looks. I'm going to show you later on as well what this foundation looks like under studio lighting. I just feel like the colour's a bit off. Definitely looks beautiful like up close. You can see the skin texture. Looks nice and smooth. Like it still looks like skin but doesn't look crap. I feel like a sponge would look nicer still though, because I still feel like you can get a few streaks because it's so thin. I'm doing a whole nother pump on the other side. I'm using so much. Hopefully once I, you know, set it with powder, because even though it does self-set and I can see that, I always use powder still, doesn't matter. So like, it'd be interesting to see how the colour looks once I set it with my normal powder. Okay, now I feel like I've got way too much on and it's going a bit cakey on the unprimed side. I'm just gonna like, I don't know, try to buff it out a little more. Okay, yeah, that's like super full coverage now, especially on the unprimed side. I think I put on it a bit too much. Prime side doesn't look as heavy. I'm so confused. Okay, whatever. Honestly, I was expecting to be like blown away immediately, like from the first second, and I'm not yet. I think it's just the color throwing me off a little bit. I do like how it's buildable. It's fine. I don't know. This lighting is so bad too. Let's do some concealing and I'll reevaluate how I feel. Back in with my Studio Fix concealer. I'm just going to apply that underneath my eye. You can see this little breakout too. I'm gonna try and like friggin' cover that. This concealer is going on top of the foundation so good. I think it's just the color throwing me off a little bit. It's just a little bit too orange for me. So it wears really nicely though. Like I'll definitely try out the darker shade because I feel like that one was a little bit more golden maybe. I don't know. I thought the undertones were meant to be like what did it? I don't know. I don't know what it says. So yeah, I'm gonna start talking about the color now, because I want to just review it for the like actual formula and how it lasts on my skin. We know it doesn't match perfectly, so we're gonna let it go. Then I'm gonna take some Summer Bisque and just set that concealer under my eyes. And then on the rest of my face, I'm gonna take some Studio Fix powder. This is in NC20. You can see it's a bit more yellow, so I'm hoping it'll just help to bring down the orange a little bit. I'm not gonna use a lot of it because I don't wanna like alter the coverage too much or make it cakey. I just wanna make sure it's completely set, and this is how I would always do my foundation routine no matter what the liquid foundation was. So I'm just using it like I normally would any other foundation. Okay, so once I set it with this powder, it definitely looks very matte. The finish of it, you know, alone is much nicer than how it looks set with powder, because it looked more like natural before, whereas now it's like so matte. This is where I would normally go in with a setting spray just to, you know, perk up my skin a little bit, but I'm not doing that today because we want to see how it lasts without a setting spray. It just looks kind of dry. Why am I so underwhelmed? I was expecting to love this. Like, it's still nice, it's still full coverage, I'm just like meh. I'm gonna do a quick flash test. It looks really nice in the flash test. I definitely think this foundation would be nicer for those of you who do prefer to skip powders and stuff like that, because it gives such a nice finish just that way. But regardless, I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup and see how it looks. Let me just do a really quick close-up in the dark. You can see it looks a little bit crusty around my dry areas, which are around my nose, some like breakouts, but my pores look pretty good. They haven't been emphasized by the products or anything like that. The unprimed side looks just as beautiful. Have you guys tried this foundation? If you have, please comment below and let me know what you thought. It's just so expensive, so that's probably why I'm being a little bit harsh on it as well. Like, I expect it to do magic for my skin. I've heard the most amazing things about it. So we'll see how well it lasts throughout the day. The time is currently 10 AM, so I'm going to try and wear it till 10 PM once again and just see, you know, if it lasts. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hello. Okay, so it's almost 1. It's 20 to 1, so this has been on for well over a couple of hours now. Definitely once I've got the rest of my makeup on, I like it more. I've added highlighter, I've added a little bit of a slightly shimmery bronzer. My skin doesn't look really any different whatsoever than before, like the actual like foundation I mean. It hasn't faded anywhere, it hasn't done anything, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like with the rest of my makeup done. So yeah, I filmed this look. If you are wanting to see it, it'll already be up. It's my violet look for my rainbow series. I love it. So yeah, the skin definitely looks good. Nothing is sinking in anywhere. It's not emphasized anywhere, it's not sinking into fine lines or anything like that, yet at least. Hopefully it doesn't at all, but I mean, it looks nice. I'm just not really blown away, you know, you feel me? So I'll be back in a few more hours. Hello everyone, so it is now 5 PM, so it's been on for 7 hours, is that right? So my makeup's still looking really nice, and this is artificial lighting now. I actually think I should turn it up just touch. Got some glitter fallout. Let me just sort that out real quick. So I feel like it sunk a tiny bit into this expression line in particular. I don't feel like it's oxidized or anything like that, and to be honest, like, it hasn't really changed that much at all. Maybe it's a little bit shinier in my T-zone, slightly, like up in here. I do have highlighter on my nose, but just slightly. I don't think I'll bother like touching it up or anything. I don't feel like it's really faded. I feel like it's lasting pretty decent, and it hasn't made my skin look haggard up close or anything like that. You know, sometimes when it all just starts sinking, like that's what happened with the Fenty foundation review. Once again, the link's down below. But yeah, like it hasn't like emphasized my skin texture yet. I'd say the only place it's kind of sinking in, actually looking again, is over my nose. Like, you can see a few of my pores on my actual nose it's kind of sunk into, which is strange because usually it's like the sides of my nose, like through here, that I have more issues with, but it's kind of like on top of my nose. Random. So it's sinking in a little bit to those areas, but everywhere else is pretty good, minus that one line. So I'm going to continue about my night. It is Friday. I'm so excited. I love Fridays. Fridays are my favorite. Super busy during the day, getting all my work done. It's so satisfying getting stuff done. And then at night I get to relax, play some games, drink a glass of wine, have a good rest, bit of a sleep in tomorrow. So yeah, I will show you guys how my makeup's looking at the end of the night. I feel like my lashes are starting to fall off. But yeah. Hey guys, so it is now 10:37 p.m. so it's been on for over 12 hours. You can see I've removed some of my glitter and my false lashes because, you know, when you just try to relax at night, I just like hate wearing makeup late at night anyway. At least that gave me some relief. So I cannot wait to wash my makeup off shortly. So first off, I notice it definitely looks a little bit oilier. I don't actually hate the finish, like it's just kind of like throughout the day my natural oils have come out a tiny bit. It actually hasn't changed too much at all. It doesn't look ugly up close. I feel like it's starting to cling to drier patches now, but I mean, it's been 12 hours, who cares at this stage? You know, considering I've not touched up once, haven't worn setting spray, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I'm gonna zoom you in really close and leave it a little bit darker so you can kind of see the texture of my skin. I mean, it's melted a tiny bit around my nose, not too badly. This is where it's kind of getting a little bit dry, but once again, it's not even that bad. Like, most people wouldn't even notice that, especially from a distance. It's just up close. So yeah, it definitely lasts really well. Overall, I'm definitely not blown away. I don't hate it. I feel like I want to keep trying it out. I feel like it still went better than the Rihanna hydrating foundation. Yeah, it's definitely not like a holy grail, especially for the price. For me personally, I'm just kind of like, it's nice, you know? Both sides of my face look fairly similar with or without a primer, so I think I would just use some kind of like illuminating primer underneath just to really make it glow. And once again, if you do have like dry skin, you definitely do not have to set it. I always set mine, even if I am having a dry skin day. It's just what I prefer to do. And when you do set it, obviously you're getting a more matte finish. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you pick it up or would you give it a miss? I just think it's quite expensive for something that I'm not like obsessed with. Do you know what I mean? Vote if you think this foundation looks amazing on me, or let me know if you think you've seen better on me. Help me out here. Help me decide if I should keep it. I've got a huge drawer full of foundations. I will be doing more declutters very shortly. I'm gonna do my liquid lipstick one very soon, and then I'm over to foundations again. So I need your help. Let me know if you think I should keep it or declutter it, donate it for someone else to use. Hey guys, so it's the next day. I thought I would just pop on and show you how it looks. Just applying one pump with my fingers really quickly, just all over. I just wanted to like match my face to my chest, and I used the light medium 14 shade, and the undertone's so much better, even though I haven't like built it up. Let me build it up a little bit. It's gonna be too dark for me, but I just wanted to show you how it looked. And I never apply my friggin' foundation with my fingers, but I'm literally just running to the grocery store and I just looked a bit like pale and sick because of all like my dark under eyes and my freaking zits and stuff. Like, there's just a lot happening. So I was like, I'm gonna put on some foundation, and I really like the way it looks, just a little bit lighter. Oh yeah, actually this might be one of the only foundations I like to apply with my fingers. I think a sponge would be really pretty too, like I said yesterday though, because it's so thin that I feel like a sponge would just really like pat it out and make sure there's no streaks. So I think this could be a nice everyday foundation. I think maybe this foundation won't be for those of you who want to build it to a full coverage. I think maybe just people that want a natural everyday finish. I think I said that yesterday as well, but that looks quite pretty. It's definitely too dark for me, but just a nice quick, easy kind of foundation that just makes my skin look really healthy and natural. You can see it doesn't cover like everything, just that amount, but I like that. So I just thought I'd show you that color. The color is so much better, this one here, the undertone, for whatever reason. I feel like I will keep experimenting with this shade when I've got like fake tan, fresh fake tan. This is old fake tan like I said, but since it's so thin, like such a small thin layer, it doesn't look too bad. So let me know down below, is this the kind of foundation you would try, or is the price tag just too hefty for something that you're not too sure about? I'd love to know if you've picked it up and what you think of it, and yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.